Hello, everyone. Wow. One,
And the Reaper.
thank y'all for the subs while I was out. Thank you for that gifted sub, Nikia. So hold on. Lucky, thank you for the resub. Autumn, thank you for the resub. Lucky, 53 months. Goddamn. Autumn, 39 months. Holy shit. Nikia, thank you for the tier 1 sub to Losing. Welcome back, Losing. Welcome back to the world of the internet. We've missed you. Hopefully you're doing well. Pardon me with the camera for a second. As you can see, the color balance is off. I am going to fix that right now. And there we go. All right. So we're back. But Losing, welcome back. I hope everything's okay. I hope you're doing well. We saw you took a break from these here internets. But your presence was sorely missed. Everyone wondered, where's Losing? Let me catch up on the chat. Lucky, you're first. And where is the points? Queen Mouse, you're second. Pyro, you're third. Autumn, how are you? Nikia, hi. Dade's in here. All right. We're all here. Um, and here's why we're here. Folks, it's December 3rd, 2024. And oh, sorry, Losing. And on December 3rd, 1994, in Japan, that spinning object right below me was released. The PlayStation, the PSX, the SCPH 1001, whatever you want to call it, the PlayStation 1 was released in Japan, thus making today its 30th birthday. The console that had Sony bring to fore its marketing might and money, push Sega out of the industry, and push Nintendo into a niche corner. It became the mainstream in its first generation out. And I was part of that. I went from a Sega kid to a PlayStation kid. I've now gone back and gotten all the Sega stuff I was interested in as a kid. But this right here is my very original and in the box, well, it was in the box. Here's the box. PlayStation 1. And you can tell it's a first run PlayStation in America because there's no analog sticks on that controller. Some people don't even realize it didn't come with analog sticks. Oh, the games they advertised on the back. But yeah, it's its 30th birthday, y'all. Um, I'm assuming a lot of people here were PlayStation 1 owners. If so, did you get it when it originally came out? Were you a DualShock convert? Was it then? Was it a secondary console for something else? And I found some of its accessories unboxing it. Like my original Barracuda 2 DualShock. By the way, I never had a PS1 DualShock. I always had third parties. And I like this one because one, it rumbled heavier than the original PlayStation. Um, and two, it had programmable modes, if you could see the switches on the front. And the analog stick is broken. I have to fix that. And it is very dirty now. Just being in a storage container. And it's from a company that no longer exists. RIP Interact. But if y'all want to wonder how much stuff I keep in original packaging while I lean all the way out the camera, here's a PS2 DualShock in the original casing. Why? Because I wanted the see-through black. And this was $24.99 whenever this was bought. Whenever that was. But yeah, this is the console that kept me in the console games, even though I had dabbled with my first tastes of PC gaming, GTA 1 on PC, Diablo 1, Doom and Quake. This kept me in that generation. I still have tons of games for it. The PlayStation Underground subscriptions, Twisted Metals 1 through 4, Battle Arena Toshinden, Tekken, uh, Gran Turismo games, Resident Evil. Some did I play Need for Speed on this? No, Need for Speed I played on PC. Um, what else? Final Fantasy 7. How am I even mentioning that? Right? And thus all the other Final Fantasies. Vigilante 8, Fatal Fury Wild Ambition, Street Fighter Alpha 3, which I found out was better on the Saturn after the fact. Sorry. I'm just looking at the shelf for whatever I can read from this distance. Although if I put on my glasses, y'all get a free one. You don't even have to redeem it because that shelf is a bit away from me. Nope, still too far away for that fine text. Spyro the Dragon 1 and 2. Um, should I just go grab the games? Is that what I should probably do that, right? Oh, and Time Crisis. We can't forget Time Crisis with the Gun Con. I had the Gun Con, which really got me. It was the first time I played a light gun game in a home environment after Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt was very rudimentary. After that, I really only played it in arcades. And the arcade experience was, of course, better, right? Virtua Cop, Time Crisis, all of those were better at the arcade. But Time Crisis at home was the first time I felt, oh, I don't need to be at the arcade anymore for any of this. Then I got the V3 racing wheel for the likes of Ridge Racer. It had that too. I think that was a launch title as well. And I continued playing that up and through the rest of them, right? The Gran Turismos, Ridge Racers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just those games. I'm going to go grab them. Give me a moment. So for those that didn't know, there was this video game disc magazine series called the PlayStation Underground. I was a subscriber. And this had a small booklet, but all the articles, the videos, everything was really contained. Oh, over here on the discs that came with it. And this kept me thoroughly entertained. And I do mean thoroughly. Pyro, what's good with you? So on this one, which was winter 1999, you got it quarterly, by the way. They're talking about the Pocket Station, which was PlayStation's answer to, you've seen the Dreamcast VMU I show off where you can play games on it. They made one of those for the PlayStation. Only released it in Japan, even though they plan to release it in the States. So this had an article about that. Street Fighter Alpha 3 was coming out. Xena Warrior Princess, the game. Research and development, adding artificial intelligence. He also talked about game development. On here was Contender, Siphon Filter, Ridge Racer, WCW, NWO, Taifu, Wrath of the Tiger. I remember that. Cool Borders 3, videos of Shadow Madness, Silent Hill, Gex 3, Legacy of Kain, 3 Extreme. And then, of course, a card for me to resub for the next quarter because they need that at the end. It was $25 back in 99. Video magazine. Yeah, dude. Read that as pink knit. What? Nakia, how? Oh, and of course, PlayStation swag. Gran Turismo hat, PlayStation bag, PlayStation jacket. Really? Really? You're apologizing? Yeah, but yeah, this console came in like a wrecking ball. Shipped a combined total of 103 million units, eventually becoming the first video game console to sell 120 million in total. That's a lot. And it wasn't eclipsed till the PlayStation 2. That console outsold it. Let's think about that, right? It took two entrenched contenders and just said, this market is mine now. Was it the most powerful console? No. But they made sure it was the most accessible for programmers and gave them the room, the budget, the tools they needed to make games that got everyone's attention. And if you keep costs down for developers, they're sure to be on your side a bit. Kind of Microsoft's gamble with the Xbox, original Xbox and the 360. They made it easy for developers. That's how they got them. That's what helped them get the market share they got, right? But even that wasn't enough because PlayStation realized their mistakes and corrected course, and enough said. Oh, the slimline PS1 had a different UI. I didn't even know that. I don't think I've ever seen that one. Should I get a slim PS1 just to see that? Wait a minute. Next year. Wait a minute. When did this come out? November 29th, 2005. Next year, the PS2 will be 20. November 29th, 2005. PS2 is going to be up there. Doesn't even feel like 30 years passed by. But yeah, losing, that's not a lie. But what do you think of the shape I kept my original PlayStation in, huh? Still got the console, still got the box. I may have jacked up the third-party controller for it, but you know, things happen. One of my first games for it, Ridge Racer. This has a crack in it, which I can fix now because I have other jewel cases. But the manual is pristine. The game is pristine. Really, Dade? Start it up. Some scratches. Actually, I could try. So, near the end of my PlayStation 1's lifespan, it started to act up. It would read audio CDs, but not video game CDs. From what I'm reading, it needs recalibration. To do that, I need to open it and use a voltmeter and detect currents for apparently use current to determine where position 1 and basically top and bottom of the disc. And I'd have to use that to correct it. My Final Fantasy VII Game of the Year edition copy. I now also have an original non-Game of the Year edition. Data and I are very familiar with this one. This is where my gearheadedness went up a lot. Where's the gun con? It's in the back of this shelf. I actually have my gun con. It's also new in the box. For those of you who follow my IG, you'll see when I got Time Crisis and put it in sitting in a box, that is the gun con box. Resident Evil I got with no case because was this Funko Land? Shout out if anybody remembers them. I don't think it was GameStop yet. It was like Funko Land or something. But yeah, need to get a case for that. You lived in Gran Turismo 1? Yeah, I figured. My Twisted Metal collection. One of my favorite 3D fighters outside of Tekken during that time, Fatal Fury Wild Ambition. Fighting Force 2, got this from LI Retro. Don't have the manual. I'll be sure to fix that. But, right? I played the first one to death. And it was a trade-in for one of these other games at GameStop or Funkoland or whatever. Now I want Fighting Force 1 back. And then I will play Fighting Force 2 as well. Spyro the Dragon games. Game of the Year and the sequel. Another LI Retro acquisition. The next Time Crisis installment. A Bug's Life. Vigilante 8 with my PlayStation Underground ID number, which is useless now. Also, as you can tell by the case, not original. Back when I was a kid and was into wrestling, didn't know any better, WWF Attitude. The create a character mode in this, I created some straight annihilators. And this had blood in it. They don't do that anymore, do they? Oh, well. And Street Fighter Alpha 3. Spent a lot of time in this one. As you can see, I had quite a few PlayStation games. Probably not as much as some of y'all. Because first-person shooters, I played that on PC. At this point, I was PC and console. First-person shooters, strategy, some action adventures, dungeon crawls, those were all PC land for me, right? But these titles over here, clearly on console, I was fine with. Should I test fire the PlayStation? You think it fixed itself while in storage? I doubt. But I could test fire it. And if I do test fire it, which game? Or do I just pick a PlayStation Underground and run through the demos? This is a choose your own adventure moment for y'all. Which way do we go? The only thing I won't do is a Time Crisis, because I would have to go into the garage, clean off a CRT, bring it in here, plug it up. That would involve a bit of cabling and stuff. We're not doing that. But any other game of the stuff I just showed you is fair game. I'm interested. What did this PS1 UI look like? I don't even see what this 2000 model. Oh, I have to play a whole video? I don't want to play a whole video. Can't I just find some images? Here we go. Oh, it had this menu. Yeah, I remember this menu. Yeah, I don't know that other one. That other one looks very dry and bland. All right, y'all didn't mention a game, so I am just going to go demo land. So I need to grab a capture card. Let's see if this works, huh? All right, I just went back in the box. Found the demo disc is still in there. Interactive CD Sampler Pack Volume 3. Twisted Metal 2 is on it, which is what got me into Twisted Metal. Crash Bandicoot, NCAA Football Game Breaker, meh. Tekken 2. You can see I played the mess out of this. Alright, so let's relive the first time I fired up a PlayStation then. Through that. Cables. And the manual. I remember reading this before turning the thing on. I wanted to make sure I didn't break it. All right. So I'm going to need to convert this to HDMI. Because, yeah. Modern capture cards don't exactly have these, do they? Thing is, I think I can get better AV out on this. I can get component out of a PlayStation, I believe. Actually, where's the manual? If I can, I'm going to have to buy that cable. Because that will get upscaled much better. Let's see. Connecting to TV. Oof. Shout out to anybody that remembers the RF adapters. I had to do that before I got a newer TV. How to hook it up with the VCR in the middle. So now, here's the real question. What did I do with that adapter? So that was still attached to the Saturn. So I was able to get that easily enough. Oh, I should probably get an extension cable for this. Yep, be right back, y'all. That moment when you realize you've used every outlet, like all of them. Sorry about the racket, y'all. All right, let's stop this from spinning so I can actually play it. Not all the way around this thing. It's not listening. right, folks, let's see if this old dog still has any tricks left. No lights. Well, that's not a good sign. But that's a good sign. And that's not a good sign. So there goes the problem. It spins up, but can't read a disc. See? And that's where we are with the PlayStation 1. But if I drop a music CD into it, in theory, it's supposed to just work. I think that's what happens there. I don't have a music CD nearby. But Twisted Metal 2 doubled as a music CD. Track 1 was the game. Still have codes in this. Not my handwriting, though. I think that was somebody I let borrow it. They wrote down the codes and just gave it back to me with the codes. Hold on. Oh! That's not supposed to happen. The spindle for the CD player came out with the disc. Okay. Holy console falling apart, Batman. Let me take a good look at this. That's not supposed to just come off. Yeah, the whole center of the CD just... Hold on, let me... So, that's how it's supposed to look, right? What's supposed to happen is this is supposed to stay in here, and the disc is supposed to lift off, not whatever just happened there. So, I'll see if I can reattach that myself. Nah, what's the matter, Dave? This thing has been in storage for over a decade. Let's see. Yeah. So it looks like this rubber piece is supposed to provide tension, and it just doesn't anymore. Like the rubber's worn out. Yeah, probably like dry rot. That rubber piece doesn't provide any tension. So when you pull with the force to lift the disc off, it takes the whole spindle out. Let me get a microfiber cloth here. All right. Twisted Metal 2 in. All right. So I think this might be going to iFix Retro to see if he can resurrect this. And today I found out that iFix Retro is also the one that repairs the arcade machines for Brooklyn Video Games Network, who you've also seen from my LI Retro videos and live streams. All right. Let's try that again. That spun up. I heard that. I don't hear the laser moving. There's usually a distinct mechanical sound of the laser moving up and down. I don't think it can anymore. I think the motor for that arm is dead. Or not. Holy shit. I think we're about to play Twisted Metal. Or not. That's right, losing. So that means it recognized the disc. But I don't think it's consistent. Yeah, I jinxed it. So, all right, this I know from my days of emulation because I used to play my games on like portable computers, PDAs. You have a successful emulation when you see this. That means the game is recognized and it proceeds to try and load it. But if that arm is failing, I don't think it can consistently read data. Let me reset it. Come on. Come on. $30-year-old cheap computer, essentially. Sony Computer Entertainment America, after all. Twisted Metal 2. See, now it doesn't recognize it. Yeah, I don't hear the arm seeking this time. So the disc spins. Feel that. But that laser, no matter when I turn it off, is still not at the top position. I don't think that laser arm is moving much. I wonder if I were to physically nudge it. Maybe it's just stuck? Alright. I mean, if it's broke, it's broke. What am I going to do? Break it more? Dade is someplace yelling, yes! So I'm going to push. Wow, that arm is in there. Yeah, that shit ain't moving. Oh, there was a distinct click there. Half wolf, half man. You're commenting on my arm, Lucky? Pardon me for not having a prepubescent form. More like man. Everybody running around here without looking like they hitting puberty yet. Alright. Let's give this a shot. Why would you be not a science experiment, Lucky? Ah. That's a better sound. Fuck. Oh well. So that's why I spent a lot of time playing my PlayStation 1 games on my PS2 after I got a PS2. Because that happened. And it used to be sometimey. Like sometimes it would work. Now, no. Just doesn't. If you have to figure, it was giving up the CD. When did PS2 come out? 2000, 2001? 5, 6 years in, it was already giving up. We're 30 years in. It's given up. So this might be a trip to iFix Retro. Unless I can find first generation game. Maybe. Also, this is just all. What am I doing? Holding the game to the mic. Look how damaged this case is. It's cracked. The top half is missing. So I'm gonna have to restore this, like I did for Date's games. Oh, advertisement for Jet Moto. That game series was fun as fuck. Also, shout out to the discard on this. Just look at that. That's something no one takes pride in anymore. Right, losing? Spun up. It's spinning down. Yep. Please insert a PlayStation CD-ROM. Anything else old school? Resident Evil 1's kind of old school, right? Or would it only read the newer games? All right, let's try Twisted Metal 4. What year did Twisted Metal 4 come out? 1999. Give it a try. new-ish. Yeah, I mean in comparison to the hardware, right? This one's advertising Jet Moto 3 and Cool Borders 4. Ooh, and Siphon Filter. There was a fun one. There's a crack in this too. Oh boy. Repair City for me. Manual still clean. Nope, doesn't recognize it. Nope. All of that is DOA. That is not fun. Siphon Filter is one of your favorites. Who owns the rights? Does anybody have a Google window up? Who owns the rights to Siphon Filter? Why haven't we seen a new one? Was that a Sony owned thing? Because if so, why are they not continuing that? Sony Interactive? Yep. Somebody was saying that. Sony wrongfully claiming they don't have titles in this modern era, IPs to make money off of. But Siphon Filter, why not make a new one of those? They renewed a trademark. Where's the game? Oh, I bet you it's in the PlayStation Classics section on the PlayStation Store. All right, I dropped a music CD in there. Let's see if it even reads music anymore. Oh, music it sees. This controller doesn't. This controller's a no-go though. No, it sees that there's music, but the controller does dick all. It's in the PlayStation Plus Premium, and that's exactly. It's not playing at all, Lucky. Because I bet you it can't seek the different tracks. I'm gonna boot it with no disc. Let's see if I can even browse some memory cards. Yes, I have multiple memory cards. So, yeah, they renewed it so they could put it on PlayStation Plus Premium. Controller? Okay, that controller does dick all. Let's try a different one. That's the one that came with it. Okay, I mean, that may not help that controller in the future, dropping the connector like that. Huh. Yeah, the menus don't even respond. And now there's a high-pitched beep coming from the PlayStation.
I am the
N2
Reaper.
was good with you 40 months. Yeah, the PlayStation's complaining about something. What? I don't know. So, that controller, DOA. I don't think it's the controllers. I think it's the PlayStation. Let me try controller port 2. N2, thank you for that 40 months, bro. How's everything? Yep. Controller port 1, dead. So, needless to say, things are not going well for this PlayStation. And the memory card slots are empty. Yeah, that's not facts. Huh. By plugging in just the black PlayStation, I lost controller. Controller comes back when I. Holy shit. So, what if I just plug something into card slot 2? I think there's a short. Thank you, Lucky. There's a short in the entire. This entire section, I think, has a short. That's crazy. And the memory cards are all reading as empty. Well, that's not ideal. Let me try something now. If for all these years the issue was controller slot 1, I'm going to be mad. No, separate issues. All right. So, what we've discovered. This PlayStation probably has blown capacitors in it that have been blowing probably for the past 25 years. Tiff, how are you? And to anybody that thinks I don't have any consoles, clearly I do. And to anyone that thinks I don't have controllers, clearly I do. I'm doing good, Tiff. And look, we have a losing. So yeah, that's going to go back in this box and eventually get seen by iFix Retro. Now, something I need to do, because now it's bugging me to see, is repair this Twisted Metal 2 case with one of these. Anybody else still have their original PlayStation? And if so, are they fully functional? Oh, and since this is not gonna run now. Oh, let's disconnect it. So losing had the longest watch streak. So I wonder, will she end up with the longest watch streak again? Or will one of y'all keep? Because I don't think anyone has a long watch streak in here anymore. Losing was the only one left. Then missed the stream. Ah, I did stream one day, kind of off schedule, so that might have been then. I was really early a stream. No, I streamed a day I normally don't stream. I think that's what happened. Yeah, Thursday. Lucky you don't have a watch streak right now. You should. They were happily using both computers while you were. All right. Might as well get this back into rotation then, since. Oh, that's off center. All right. So there you have it. The PlayStation's 30 and it's acting 60. Older, actually. But physically, visibly, it's in shape. So chances are some really old and likely cheap capacitors are at fault. So I'll try and get this thing repaired. I mean, it is my original. I remember opening the box of this thing on Christmas. Um, so I got to keep it around, or I might try to repair it myself. Mister Wonderful, of course you come in for that one. All right, so now we have a beaten and battered Twisted Metal 2. So I'm going to take this apart. There's somebody's phone number on the back of this cheat sheet I was handed. Yeah, that's a phone number from the 90s. You're Nikia, yes, will shoot it right over to you. You can get that repaired for me, right? Call it on street. Who knows who that number belongs to now? I don't even know who it belonged to back then. I'd have to sit here and remember that. Wow, I got cracks even in this. Not sure if that comes out. Yeah, you can see it right across Sweet Tooth's forehead. Sorry, Queen. All right, so this part is pristine. And one thing, if y'all are repairing any kind of CD or disc, you'll notice that the replacements don't have that logo that says compact disc audio. So try to keep that. Although some replacements do have it. So this replacement actually has it. So because this replacement has it, I'll probably keep. No, it's not pressed as nicely. So I'm gonna keep the insert, the original. The game slot. Send you Power Stone to stream. Ooh, there goes a game. All right, look at that. The insert card for Twisted Metal Pristine. That's Axel, by the way. Character made no sense, but was hilarious to play. Like his whole body was exposed and they're shooting bullets at him. How is he not dead? All right, so disassembly without breaking anything. Yeah, Power Stone I never had. All right, here we go. Put this back on there. Put the manual in. Game CD. Twisted Metal looks like new now. Just a piece of plastic getting replaced. Oh, of course I gotta send it back. Axe date, I send all the stuff back. And if it's cracked or broken, anything is cracked. I re- I replace and send it back looking better than I got it. Cause they be letting me borrow some games in need of some TLC, and I'm like, yo, it just my teeth clench. Like, look at me. I just looked at my Twisted Metal 2. I had to. I'm streaming. I had to take the time to fix it. Like, look at this. This is cracked, chipped. Just no, no. So I did something about it. Hey, Dade, when was the last time you fired up your original PlayStation, bro? A lot of battle scars on your disc? Oh, no. See? Don't hand me them things looking all rough and messed up. Ages? Yeah. I don't know. You saw what just happened to me. But then again, it was going from even back then. Oh, you know what? So if you look, I have an original model PlayStation which has the parallel port in the back. Really lucky. So I used to have a module that let me play Japanese or burnt discs. I wonder if I put that in there, if it'll force it to keep trying to read the disc and eventually play. Then again, that module's probably what aged my PlayStation to begin with. Probably had cheap capacitors in that. Okay, yes, I'll get to it. Jeez. All right, let me get the playlist. All right, so that's clean. Children of the Atoms or something. Just make sure it still works, bro. All right, let me clean this one section right here. Whoa, whoa, did a piece of... Oh, this case had a slight chip on it. You're kidding me. The new case had a chip on it. Piece of plastic just came off. Did Jamaica have update the appeal? uh, you talking about the one at Gertz Plaza Mall? If you know, you know. Damn, just the that very corner right there, piece of plastic came off. Yep. We both know the same spot into. Because I had the OG PlayStation, they didn't have to open mine to add it. I just bought the module and I was good. Yeah, they're not, but that was new. It was new. That's the annoying part. All right, let me grab the weights. I'll be right back. What'd you pick? Shoulder press lifts. All right. Whether or not she's here, I'm about to do them. Close the Elgato software. Dang, not like us. Let's go. Kendrick might sue me for playing this. For those who know what that situation is about. Losing, talk to your fellow Canadian. My man literally sued the label for pumping up numbers and then sued the label for defamation. Like, you lost a rap battle you instigated and escalated and brought out the lawyers after someone said you not like us. You just proved you not like you proved it. And that's the wild part, right? Yeah, it is his own label. But now people are like, hey, if you have proof that the label is doing this, is the proof the fact that they were doing this for you and your songs? Like, now you don't have a win. None of these are winnable options. To what extent do you mean, Lucky? Do you mean, do I do any form of manscaping? Yes. As quickly as I grow hair, if I don't, I will make the comic book version of Wolverine look quite accurate. And given my height, I could probably play Wolverine. The comic version, not the Hugh Jackman version, because obviously there's like a foot missing. Lucy said, leave her out of it. um, Damn. Really sucks that that PlayStation needs repair. I might have to send a message to iFix Retro. That's what's gonna have to happen here. Neared his legs. Went too high up. Nair in certain regions, probably not advisable. Not Queen with the let it grow, let it grow. Was that a trip to the ER for that individual? Oh, some other old stuff I've that was in the same container that the PlayStation was in. Yeah. I wonder if this works. I mean, we're here now. Judging by the tape marks, I lost the back of this a long time ago and was just using tape to hold the batteries in. It fired up. How did I used to be able to see this? These buttons don't do shit. But it's on. Did I go back in time and rob myself? It's Tiger. It works. It powered up, but the game won't start. Yeah, I don't think it just works, Dade. But the score section lit up. It made a beep. And two said, did I go back in time and rob myself is wild. The copyright date on this thing is 1988. Let me try a different set of batteries real quick. Gamecom was a more sophisticated device and newer, I think, than this. There's a beep. Nope, it's fading. I don't think any of these work. Flip the batteries. Y'all don't hear any music playing, do you? I just realized music isn't on this scene. What scene is it on? It's on this scene. Put it in the freezer. Yo, all the old tricks. Yeah, this board right here doesn't respond to input. So this also likely needs repair. Fun times, good laughs, y'all. Yeah, so PlayStation's 30. At least it powers up. That's about it. It powers up. Think I'll be emailing iFix Retro, see what his prices are like. Damn. That sucks. All right. That being said, I should probably prepare to get out of here. I haven't done a soldering iron stream in a while. And see, the fact that it's the controller port not working, memory card slot one port not working, and it doesn't read this. There's probably multiple things blown in there. I don't know. I really don't know. I'll probably repair this controller on stream though. This, the Barracuda, I love this controller. I'll probably repair this on stream. Because the analog stick thinks center is, yeah, over there. You hear it, it claps back by itself. So, yeah, I gotta fix that. But you know which controller I kept pristine? This one. $20 for a new PlayStation 1 board? That's not bad. And that's an easy swap. Tempting. All right. Classic case. Oh, that's PlayStation 2 controller. See, while I am a proud proponent of WASD, that's only for first person shooters. I did play on controller. And when y'all see me tell people I have a lot of controllers and they try to downplay it, for those of you that are here, You can let them know. I got a lot of controllers. Like this one that says for Windows 95, 98. And yes, that says Radio Shack. I can keep going. Yep. But, you know. Y'all should have heard that tone, right? Did y'all actually hear the PlayStation startup, or did that not fire? See which audio channel that plays in. Why did it kick me? Low, but it was there. All right, I have to fix that. Another time is when I have to fix that. I'm gonna send you all on to. Let's see if anybody else is celebrating the 30th birthday of the PlayStation. Pretty sure someone has to be, right? Like that can't go unnoticed on these here internets. Be wild if it was. Um, this person's playing Game Boy Advanced. That doesn't seem right. 30th anniversary birthday. 30th birthday of the PlayStation. You want to play? Okay, here goes somebody celebrating. Hmm. No, this person's talking about the PlayStation 30th anniversary, but they're playing on the PS5 Pro. Uh, no, thank you. Actual PlayStation 1. That's what we're looking for. And Mr. Wonderful, I'm glad you enjoy the PlayStation.
Impressive.
Perfect.
Lucky, thank you for the 100 biddies. I appreciate that. Even though I didn't hear the alert for whatever reason. Um, all right, as long as y'all heard it. Come on, PlayStation. That's not English. Are they serious right now? Much better listing. All right, not PlayStation. Not PlayStation. Nintendo stuff. Yo, what is going on with the PlayStation heads? Was I the only one representing tonight? SNES, PS2. Old PlayStation commercials watch party for the 30th anniversary. Okay. Wait a minute. That's an option. I mean, it's just commercials, but those will ring a bell for a lot of us. DOS games because it's December. Yeah. All right. Wait a minute. Somebody's playing PlayStation 1 games. They're on Crash Bandicoot right now. The ads might be a good flashback. I think we take a blast from the past and yeah, let's hit the ads up. That's a cool idea to play the ads. All right, so first time rating this individual. I don't know what this is going to be like, but we're all going to find out together. All right, y'all. All the PlayStation heads willing to keep celebrating the 30th anniversary with me. Let's head on over there. Again, it's been amazing. Again, happy birthday to the PlayStation. 30 years old, making me feel hella old. I'm going to get out of here. As always, everyone, enjoy your time online. Enjoy your games. Don't take any of this stuff too seriously. Don't let it disturb your peace. And never forget to quarter up. I'm Reaper PC. And I'll catch you all on the next one. And until then, try not to break anything. Shout out to Losing My Mind's return to these here Twitch streets. Hopefully all is well with you, Losing. Catch you all around, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the credits. Till next time.